some people do this wrong and some people do it correctly. Your coaching business is a practice in the same way that a doctor's office is a practice. Doctors don't advertise because good ones don't need to. They don't have to operate in a marketing situation. You know, if you see billboards with doctors on them, those guys aren't any fucking good. You know, because if they were good, they wouldn't be accepting new patients.
Yeah, the guy you
Right.
want's already full, right?
The guy you want is not accepting new patients, right? And you ought to be the same way as a coach. And the way you get that way is to be really, really good at what you do. And but in terms of instant credibility, our certification is that. Now, that may sound, some of you NASM trainers out there may assume that this is, you know, kind of a egomaniacal thing to say, but here's an interesting deal that we've done for years. Haven't done it anymore because I got tired of it. But when we do a seminar at 5:00, we will always ask everybody who's in attendance. All 30 people, because we're sold out for all of these things, all 30 people, we'll ask them, how many of you people are starting strength coaches? And, of course, I'm asking the staff and people doing audits, and, you know, 6 or 7 people raise their hands. And I'll say, how many of you have had an inquiry this week about your services as a coach? And all of them, without exception, will raise their hands. Then I'll ask if there are any CSCS. The NSCA's CSCS, the gold standard of the industry, of the fitness industry, the gold standard. How many are CSCS, Certified Strength and Conditioning Specialists, which I was until 2009 when I dropped my certification because I didn't want my name associated with them. So I'll ask how many people in the audience are in the group are CSCS certified, and you know, 1 or 2 of them will raise their hands, and I'll say, how many people have contacted you this week about your services as a strength coach or a trainer? And I have never once had any one of those people tell me they've been contacted this week. And furthermore, I'll say, have you ever been contacted by a potential client because you had a CSCS? And I have never once had anybody say that particular certification has gotten them a client. Not one time in 15 years has that ever been answered in the affirmative. So there is a difference between our certification and everybody else's certification. Part of that difference is ours is extremely difficult to obtain, right? Ours is difficult to obtain. And it's difficult to obtain because you have to know what the hell you're doing. You can't even sit for our oral exam if you have not proven to us that you can coach the lifts on the platform. There is no coaching requirement in any of these other certifications. You have to demonstrate your ability to coach before we will even talk to you about giving you the certification.